What's going on YouTube? Daniel back here for another video. So as you can see, this is more of a freestyle one. I'm at the airport currently. I am waiting for a flight to go to Puerto Rico, so I'm very excited for that. And essentially I wanted to touch base on something that I have been thinking about as I've been packing, and it's basically the importance of predictability when you're healing. So what I mean by this is you know when you are healing, you have to have things as predictable as possible. I would say the 4 things, I'll list them right now, is sleep schedule and routine. Number 2 would be food. Number 3 would be like supplements or your stacks that you take. And number 4 is just organization overall of your life. So having things systematized so it becomes easier. So basically staying in one place and understanding what everything is, how you can make things more efficient, and basically move through the process faster. So number 1 would be sleep. I think this is the most important one people overlook. They do play around too much with their circadian rhythm, and this is something you can't be doing if you're trying to heal your gut and have any issues with your gut. So yeah, you have to basically have your hormones, or make your hormones as predictable as possible, and this is done through keeping circadian rhythm. People that wake up and go to sleep at different times of the day, they don't function as well as people that just have a routine, and even if you look on social media as well, a lot of entrepreneurs have stable routines. They don't, highly efficient people, highly productive people don't play around with their sleep schedule because they understand how important it is and how your hormones will waver. And you can even try this, if you go to sleep at a certain time and maybe you're trying to work a circadian rhythm or some kind of routine in, and you just change it for some reason, you oversleep past your wake up time, you just feel like lethargic, you just feel like different, right? And this, if you keep doing this over and over, you're just basically shooting yourself in the foot. So number 1 is sleep. Number 2 would be food. So this is something that a lot of people, for some reason, want to change all the time. They want to have like the new meal, the new dish. Like, I want it to taste good. I want it to look good. It's not the way, it should be done. It's basically understand that more or less, as bad as it may sound, your body is basically just a car and it needs fuel. It doesn't need this, variety of flavors and tastes and stuff like that, and sauces and textures and whatever people are looking for to make things exciting. Just do the basics, and the basics will help you to understand your hormones better. So I mentioned this in another video, but basically what you have to be doing throughout this whole thing is tracking your biomarkers. Your biomarkers are essentially, helping you to track more or less keep stability in your hormones. So when you wake up, how'd you sleep? Do you have good libido? How's your digestion? Are you bloated? Do you wake up like gassy? How's your energy? How's your strength in the gym? How's your stamina? How's your creativity? Things like that. I shared a whole sheet in another video. I'll try to link the video here. But essentially, this is what you have to be tracking. So when you're doing food and you're just changing things constantly, you can't be doing that. So just have 4 or 5 foods that you're trying out at once. I would say try that for like, a month, a couple months maybe. Understanding, like removing the things that do affect most people. Kind of noise in the back. Okay, so yeah, you're understanding that you have to track these things. So you have to have stable foods that work for you, and then basically what you do is you eliminate the ones that don't work, which is usually like gluten, dairy, and nightshades. And once you remove that, you have a base. You can start to add things in. So using the biomarker system, you're writing down every day. It's like a journal, your biomarker journal, and you're tracking every day how you're feeling on the foods. Once you have stability, you can add different foods, and the whole thing is basically like a small game of trial and error. Okay, so essentially, yeah, doing that as you're testing foods out. And then the 3rd thing would be having supplements or stacks. I'm not sure. Yeah, so supplements or stacks that you're taking. Try to talk over this. So supplements or stacks that you're taking. So for me, I would say in the beginning, I wasn't taking supplements at all, just because, like I said, I was trying to assess what foods were hurting me as opposed to like what I can leverage with supplements. I think supplements is something you can leverage in terms of certain nutrients and ingredients. Sometimes it is necessary, like for instance in the winter, vitamin D3 is absolutely necessary. especially if you have darker complexion like myself. You're more prone to vitamin D deficiency. So you need to have this dialed in. But essentially, supplements, when you're basically past the stage of understanding your staple foods that you can kind of experiment on top of, then you can kind of start adding supplements. So I would say obviously vitamin D3 is the staple one. You can also do some probiotics as well. That's something I take. One is Skinessa that I really recommend. And you can also take things like magnesium. I also take trace minerals since I'm a carnivore, so I need magnesium, sodium, and potassium. I also take cod liver oil for the omegas and also additional vitamin D in the winter. And you can also add different things up to you, what you want to do. There's also collagen that's really good for you. I was also taking things like turmeric, maca root powder, ginger sometimes as well, and just different things that would basically help. But essentially, yeah, so understanding that supplements are important, and if you don't have a basically routine or you travel a lot, you're always moving around, it's hard to really have a place where everything is. So for me, in the morning I have basically a organizer, like a medicine organizer, those things you can buy at the drugstore. So it has every day of the week basically going horizontally, and then you have morning and night. So I have my morning supplements that I take, so probiotics. I also take underactive thyroid medication, so levothyroxine, trying to get that fixed through a natural path, but essentially I've been doing that for a while. And then I have magnesium at night, and then I have my supplements that I take with my food. So yeah, just having things like that, it makes things super efficient. Instead of if you're traveling, you carry things around, you don't know where your supplements are, you're always carrying bottles and stuff like that, just making things super efficient and easy. So that's the third thing. And then the fourth thing is systematizing things. So this goes across the board. So for sleep, systematizing basically what helps you sleep. Things like, I think we're boring right now, but I'll make this quick. So things like sleep, if you need a sleep mask, if you need blackout curtains, if you need mouth tape, if you need any kind of nose strips, you can start to, you have a place where all that's there, you don't have to buy it, stuff like that. Systematizing your food, how you cook it, if you do cooking in bulk, and yeah, so that helps with just cooking everything beforehand. And then the third thing is understanding, like I said, having a system for your supplements. So when you're taking them, what time, and how accessible they are, and wherever you're living. And yeah, that's basically the biggest, I would say, hack in terms of being able to fast track your healing. Like I said, if you're moving around, you have a fast life, you could say, you're always partying, you're always different places, you're never going to heal. You have to basically just have a season of stability, find one place, bunker down for a few months, maybe even half a year, and then understand that it's going to take maybe that amount of time, maybe more, and you can start doing that. So try that. If you want to connect with me, I'm also on Instagram, @MrArsley, and basically I help people with this. I'm a nutrition habits coach. I help people with understanding what is affecting them in terms of their food and their nutrition, helping them balance these hormones, like I mentioned, getting their hormones up to a place where they don't need medication, they don't need anything extra, and they're able to basically excel in all areas: mental, physical, even emotional, or even spiritual. So if you guys like the video, please like and subscribe. Like I said, I'll be posting more stuff when I get to Puerto Rico. I have to board the plane now, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and more coming soon. Keep killing it.